Today's card is called a pop-up slider card, and you'll see why. As I hold it at an angle, I'll take the ribbon pull and pull up, and it pops right up. And it can stay that way to be kind of like an easel card. And this is made with a special template that I'll show you exactly how to use. And just so you know, it's only 3 pieces. There's the main card base, and the slider base, and the slider pop-up. So that's really it. And this part is part of the card that folds up. Here are the items I'm going to be using. I have the gingerbread small stamp, very cute little gingerbread man, and this is Sweet Holiday Wishes. I have Think Snow, very pretty ice skate with snowflakes on it. And I have the 540 white Jewel Dazzles set, and this is on the package. It shows you how to use them. And we've got a lovely project idea on the front. This is new. This is a pop-up slider card template by Teresa Welch, and it has all the shapes necessary to create this really cool pop-up slider card, which is what we're going to make today. And finally, the Winter Flannel Paper Pack, which has 12 sheets of paper. They are single-sided, so they're not double-sided. And just showing you a quick look at all the patterns in this pack. And here we go. So we've got the lovely snowflake border. And this is an all-over snowflake on an off-white background. Nice warm brown. So this is reminiscent of cozy flannel pajamas or sweaters or knit sweaters. Everything wintry and cozy. Lovely plaid. And an all-over kind of a tile pattern, the blue. Alright, now that we've gone over everything I'm going to use, let's get started. So with the pop-up slider card template, the first thing you want to do is start with a 6.5 inch by 5 inch card, which I have here. Now if you don't have these, which they are available pre-scored from paperwishes.com, you can always cut a piece of cardstock that is 10 inches by 6.5 inches. Simply score it in the middle and fold it in half, and you will have the same thing. So it says to cover the inside and the outside of the card with the pattern paper of your choice. So I'm going to go ahead and do that as the first step. So here I have my covered card. Here's the inside, here's the front. Next it says close the card and align the fold of your card with the bottom of the card base on the template. So this is the card base here. I've got the fold at the bottom, and I'm going to line it up. It's just about perfect. Okay. Then it says to trace all cut and fold lines along with the thumb pull, which is this right here. So remove the template and cut out the thumb pull at the top on both layers of your card. Open the card and cut all cut lines and score all fold lines on the front of the card only. Move on to some regular white cardstock, and it says trace the card slider base and the pop-up base onto cardstock. Remove the template and cut out. So here we have the card slider base and the pop-up base, which are simple rectangles. So I'm going to go ahead and trace those and cut them out. So here I have the pop-up base and the card slider base shapes. Next, it's asking me to trace and cut out 2 more shapes to match these, the pop-up paper pattern and the card slider paper pattern. So you might ask, well, why not just cover these 2 pieces of cardstock with paper? Well, these patterns are made to just have a narrow white border around these pieces, so it's going to have can't really see it too well, but it's going to have a narrow frame around it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and cut out my 2 additional shapes, mount them onto the white bases, and I'll be right back. So here's my card slider base and my pop-up base covered with the paper from the patterns, and this one I punched a hole in the top center, just like it has also on the pattern. You want to trace the hole and punch it after you cover it with pattern paper so you don't have to try to punch it twice. On the card slider base, I'm just going to thread a piece of ribbon. This one comes from the winter flannel ribbon set, also available separately on paperwishes.com. I'm just going to quickly tie a knot here. So there's the pull ribbon. Now back to the card base. So if you look at the template, here's the thumb pull on the top, which is actually the bottom. If you look at a card, usually you see this part at the bottom. Here it is at the top, and then the cut edges are here. And I've also gone ahead and folded the middle part here. So this is the valley fold, this is a mountain fold, and this is a valley fold, just like it says on the template. So the next step is to glue the base of the slider to this middle part here. So we take this and put it on the inside of the card, and I'm going to apply glue to this part right here. And make sure to get it kind of covering the whole strip here so it stays nice and strong. And I'll kind of center this over on the base. It'll have a little bit of a overhang on the right and the left edges here, as you can see. Go. Okay. Alright, so when we close it, you can see the base popping out with that little ribbon. Okay, and then it says, glue the front and inside of your card together along the dashed line with the card slider inside. So the dashed line is on these 3 sides of the card. So I've got to open it up and just apply glue in a thin strip along those 3 edges. Okay, so pressing that together. Here you can see the sliding mechanism work really well. So this part is glued to the slider, and it just goes down and up like this. You can kind of see that. Okay, and then you have the pop-up base, which is this right here, and you glue this to the front flap, and just like this. So this is what pops up. Okay, so I'm gonna place some glue, slide this back down so it's pretty much flat. Just glue in this area right here, leaving a little bit of empty space on the sides since the pop-up is not that wide. Okay. Trying to center it here. Alright. And here is the finished mechanism. that's really neat. So you can see it folds flat, so if you want to mail this in the mail, you can. But then when your recipient gets it, he or she will notice the ribbon. They'll be like, oh, what happens here? And when you slide it, it pops up for a really fun 3D card. So now that we have the base and the mechanism all finished, now we can decorate the card. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with the small stamp and the dazzles and maybe some ribbon, I'm not sure. And I will be right back with the finished card. Here is my finished card. So I've done Think Snow, just matted it on this blue paper, and I stamped this ice skate twice, and then on the purple paper. Then I also stamped it on white cardstock and just cut out the boot part and just glued it on top so you could really see those white ice skates. Along the base of this piece here, I've just taken my craft knife and a ruler and just made a cut along the middle of some of the medium jewel dazzles and placed them flat side down along the bottom, and then followed that with a row of whole jewel dazzles. And then these snowflakes here are also on the ice skate stamp, so we've got the large and the small. And I've decided to center those with some of the small jewel dazzles, as well as placing them on each corner of the greeting here. So when I pull on the ribbon here, it pops up. So that's my pop-up slider mechanism, as you can see. So this part remains sort of like a pocket, and all three of these sides are glued down. This side is the open side, this side is the fold. So when you make this from the template, you're going to want to remember that the fold is actually at the base of your card and not at the top, as it usually is. So, thank you so much for sticking with me and going through this pop-up slider card. I didn't get a chance to use the gingerbread man stamp, but he's super cute, and you could pretty much use him in the same exact way as the snowflakes, and it just says Sweet Holiday Wishes. I would probably stamp him even on this pretty brown paper from the Winter Flannels paper pack. So that's just another idea, and he's super adorable for all your holiday cards. Alright, so please stay tuned for this week's bundle. First in today's bundle is the pop-up slider card template by Teresa Welch. And here we've got the pop-up base, the card slider base, the card slider, pop-up paper pattern, card base, front flap. And it gives you really comprehensive instructions right here. And it's a really cool card, so you can make as many as you want with this template, which is great. The template measures just over 12 by 12, and it's this nice sturdy translucent plastic. Also in today's bundle is the Winter Flannels paper pack, and here on the package you can see the really cute card idea and a scrapbook page also, so you can use the papers for any project you'd like. Here's the examples on the back, images of more products that would go with this set. Let me just show you the papers. Again, we have the all over border, really pretty swirls and snowflakes in blue, plum, green, and white, and a beige. It's really pretty. Here's the all over snowflake in all those colors, plus swirls. This is a brown with snowflake in the background, as well as kind of a tile pattern, so lots of layers in that one. I like this one. It's got kind of a square quilted sort of pattern with the snowflakes in several colors. This is a mostly green, cozy looking plaid. And finally, an all over tile pattern in the textured blue. And those are all 6 designs of the Winter Flannel paper pack. They are single-sided, so they're only printed on the front. And you will be getting 2 of each of these 6 sheets in the bundle. We also have the white jewel dazzles. Very versatile, very useful for tons and tons of different applications. Just a couple of ideas on the package here and instructions. And last but not least, we've got some stamps. Here's the ice skate stamp. It's got 4 stamps on it. It's got the Think Snow and the beautiful ice skate with lovely little swirls and snowflakes on it, and then 2 little matching snowflakes. This one's really cute. It's got a tiny little heart in the center of the snowflake. So lots of detail going on in there. Same with this one. This is a gingerbread small stamp. Sweet holiday wishes and adorable little gingerbread. Just to give you an idea of size here. It's about 2 1/4 inches tall. Those are all the items in today's bundle. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next week.